My name is Tunji Hamzat, as you know. I'm fully Nigerian and proud to joining Schulich full-time MBA. My experience had been working across corporate and investment banking for the most part. In Nigeria, I had worked across equity and debt capital markets and then joined the mergers and acquisitions team, advising large multinational corporates on various financing options. I joined Schulich because it is one of the most diverse business schools in North America. And I aim to leverage my emerging market experience, working in sub-Saharan Africa to learn a lot more about North American businesses, especially in space of infrastructure, entrepreneurship, and finance. So Canada, like I said, is top immigration destination in the world. It welcomes people from all over the world on a daily basis. And particularly interesting for me is the fact that the chances of getting a good quality education, like the one I'm pursuing here at Schulich, chances of moving into an upper income middle class for an average Canadian, an average person, is becoming higher in Canada than in other parts of the world. And so it was particularly an interesting option for me when I was considering where I wanted to pursue my MBA. So I'm sitting in my office here in Lagos, and as part of the MBA program, you get the option of doing an internship if you choose to. And as part of my own program, I decided to pursue an internship, and I got a role with a UK firm. Again, it was part of my aspirations to pretty much internationalize my Nigerian experience and my Nigerian education. So I got an internship with a UK firm, which is into developmental finance. And they actually wanted me to join the Lagos team. So it was an opportunity for me to come back home. I'm doing the Schulich full-time MBA program, and it's a 2-year full-time program divided into 4 terms. The first term happens in the fall, which is September to December. And then you come back in the winter for your second term, which is typically January to April. And like I said, you get to do a summer internship if you choose to in the summer, which is May to sometime in August, September, thereabouts. After the internship, you then get into your second year and do the summer and the winter term again, and then you complete your MBA. As part of the program, I think I should add is the fact that you get the option of doing an international exchange, which I signed up for, and I'll be doing my international exchange in Spain in the fall of this year. So after my internship, you get a chance to go to Spain for a term, learn a few new things, meet new people, again, which also speaks to my personality. The advantage of a 2-year program, and I have mentioned this in bit, is the fact that you get to do an internship as part of the curriculum. And the internship essentially gives you the opportunity to put the things you have learned in school to practice. So after your first year in school, you then get a chance to put those things into practice. I think I should also mention that, the 2-year program is not 24 months. I mean, in total, it comes to about 20 years. But if you think about it in duration, your year 1 is September to April, and then your second year is the next September to April. So again, I decided for a 2-year program for the reasons I stated. When you talk of ease of moving, of relocating, I think that one of the things that Canada as a country has done is to help immigrants like myself settle in nicely into the country. And I think Schulich has also taken it a notch further by having a solid international team that helps immigrants like myself, international students, settle into the country, settle into the school pretty much seamlessly. So when you talk about the financing bit, again, Schulich has a solid financial aid team, which you can get in touch with from time to time and highlight what your challenges are. And you can actually have a sit down with them to discuss the best ways of resolving all of those challenges. So I think that I've been fortunate to have chosen Schulich for my MBA program, and it's based on the fact that number one, Schulich has a solid team in itself, and then riding on the back of the Canadian government, which I said is top immigration destination. In terms of financing the MBA, it's a huge commitment, and you have to be ready for it. So you have to have personal funds. I personally, so have personal funds, get funding from family members, partners, and then getting into Schulich itself, you get a lot of support from the financial aid office. You get scholarships, you get grants, and all of that stuff. So like I said, it requires a lot of commitment in terms of planning your time and resources, but it's very doable. I am embarking on it, and it's been such an awesome journey. That's a very interesting question, and I say that because in terms of what I've learned about it during the MBA program, living in Nigeria, in Lagos in particular, is a tough and challenging one, and you'd have thought that everybody from Nigeria was tough and whatnot, but getting to Canada, I realized that things are kind of different. But it also going through the MBA also kind of reinforces the fact that you need to continue to be assertive in many areas of life, just so that you're able to get as much out of life as you want to. I thought that I was very assertive as a Lagosian. I just realized that there are actually some subtle nuances to assertiveness that I'm beginning to learn in Canada. What I come to appreciate about Nigeria when I'm in Canada, nothing trumps the weather. Lagos is tropical, Nigeria is tropical, it's sunny all year round pretty much, and it's just totally different in Canada. Yeah, but so the weather, but beyond that, you just tend to realize, you tend to realize the fact that in a country like Canada, which is a developed economy, the government is deliberately investing a lot in infrastructure spend, and with COVID-19, one of the things that the government had come out to say is the fact that they would like to stimulate the economy through infrastructure spend. And that was one of the things that kind of interested me when I was thinking about my area of specialization, and I thought I should learn a lot more about infrastructure. And so the point I'm making is, in a developed economy like Canada, they're still spending a lot more on infrastructure spend. And so emerging markets like Nigeria, in sub-Saharan Africa, also needs to do a lot more development around infrastructure. If anything that I'm taking away from my first year at Schulich, is the fact that leadership can be taught and learned. And I have been part of a team that co-founded a student club, which is quite interesting in my first day in Schulich. And learning the ropes of leadership is quite interesting. And I believe that countries like Nigeria and indeed countries across sub-Saharan Africa, from where I come from, need to begin to develop capacity skill, in developing young leaders to take charge. Part of the MBA journey for me was actually just to explore something new and exciting, pretty much. I have worked extensively across corporate and investment banking here in Nigeria, and I wanted to, explore something new and different and exciting. So, one of the key things that I also tell people is to come in with an open mind. So my background had been in finance. I wanted to learn a lot about infrastructure. I wanted to learn about entrepreneurship. And so always just coming with an open mind. And when you come in with an open mind, it's like a sponge. You soak up as much as you can. And so it wasn't like I had a direct goal to achieve. I left it pretty much open, and I'm happy the way it's turning out. Talking about myself, haven't gotten into the Schulich MBA program. The first time was quite intensive, I must say. But after my first year, when I think back and reflect on it, a few things top my experience, and it's been quite an interesting one. First is the fact that I'm a co-founder of the Black Graduate Business Network, which is the first ever Black graduate student body at Schulich. And we've recorded tremendous success in the last 1 year thereabouts since we started, with exclusive events with corporate sponsors and partners in Canada. Secondly is the fact that myself and a few guys got together and we set up a team for the Dean's Cup case competition. And my team won the Dean's Cup case competition, which was also a very, very interesting experience. And haven't thought about all of those experiences. What I realized from the MBA program is that you get as much out of it as you put into it. And, I think that is life in itself. So as much as you put into the program, as much as you put into life, you get as much out of it as well. And, that has pretty much been my experience in my first year. I'm definitely looking forward to having a good time in the second year.